rainy day, so I figured I'd be in the cold storage. Okay. One thing I love about being part Irish, I'm native Irish French, I guess is my main breakdown, I guess, of who I am. But I'm Canadian first, but being part of the Irish culture and some of my aunts and uncles who are, very Irish, so to speak, they're a different breed of people. They really are. And one thing that I love about the Irish kind of being part Irish is the ability to call an arse an arse. They too tend to be brutally honest. That's a part of being Irish, I think. If something's not right, you're gonna, I wouldn't say the Irish people wear their heart on their sleeves, but they don't put up with much, And it was really refreshing to see this lady in Irish Parliament. This gets as official as it can get, and you never see this kind of people speaking in a public setting that's a politician or whatever to this level. Basically, I guess because Obama was in Ireland for the past week or something like that, from the making of this video, she was going on about the drone strikes. She was basically calling him a hypocrite and a war criminal. Because of the drone strikes. And she made so many valid points. I mean, this lady had a set of balls. You know what I'm saying? And she said, here we are. Being all, oh wow, how great it is to have them here. And here he is speaking to the children, telling them that if you got your pathway to peace will be behind you and stuff like that. But yet then he goes and drone strikes people. Again, how this man, he's a serial killer. I mean, you can't put it any other way. If you just look up the definition of a serial killer, somebody who keeps killing people over and over again. If you walk around with a kill list, I mean, a lot of serial killers do tend to be clever people and very narcissistic, and he fits every aspect of that. And I mean, he's in a position that a serial killer would love to be. Let's see how many people I can get killed. And more war with Syria. And yeah, that's another big point she brought up was... she brought up a lot of good points. I'm going to see if I can get her name and put it in the title. But anyway, it was like about a 5-minute rant, and she brought up a point. Here you are putting stuff like I've been saying. You're grabbing more weapons, bring them into Syria, and giving them to these fighters. I mean, it's more weapons in. You cannot have peace by bringing more war. You just cannot do that. And I think. When people get that bold to the point where it's like, I can no longer tell a lie. I have to be honest, or I'll explode. Well, she exploded anyway, kind of so to speak. But I think that's starting the wake up call that something's on the horizon, not good. Because if an official, somebody who's actually going to lose their job over something like this, which I don't know if she will, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a smear campaign of her in Ireland. There'll be repercussions for this. And she even asks, her parliament, what are you going to do about, inspecting, weapons going there and stuff like that. I mean, she brings up, tons of great points. Now, I don't know if this woman is left-wing, right-wing, or whatever, but she brings up a lot of good points. And on this, hats off to her, you know what I mean? So, when you have it that official, are they going to air this around the world? Probably not. Again, this is the Obama administration just losing that grip on it happens to all communists where they can no longer brainwash people. People are just waking up from a grassroots movement. They're waking up from from a outside the box kind of level where they're just not, they're not buying the propaganda anymore. And you're going to see that. And I mean, in the past couple of weeks, the scandal after scandal after scandal, it seems to be the epidemic of the month is let's see how many scandals we can fit in 1 month. And sure enough, I mean, all the Obama scandals, even his ratings have went down an awful lot. So you're getting close to that whatever event is going to happen, you're getting closer to that because people are just getting so irate. And this man has done nothing to apologize. He's done nothing to reverse any of the damage he has done. And he has done lots of damage. And yet there's still Obama apologists out there. They're loyalists. You can't convince them. You could show them the dead bodies of the people, that he's had murdered by drone strikes. And they'll justify it somehow. You can't justify that. You're killing a person because based upon how they look. That's it. That's it. It's genocide. That's as simple as it is. And then whenever they do get a terrorist, oh well, we can't tell you about it because it's classified. You know what I mean? So obviously, no. I think this lady called it out very well. Even John F. Kennedy said it best. The word secrecy is repugnant. And operating in the light. You know what I mean? And government should operate in the light. And even oh well, we foiled the big plan. Well, you blurred it to the high events. Oh, we can't because of people don't buy that anymore. Yes, you do. Because every time if you say, well, we got this guy, this is how we got him. We won't tell you exactly what tools we use, but this is what we got. We got him, we got him, we got him, and we're looking at others. Get them nervous. And then it calms them down, But by just saying, oh yeah, we stopped 50 attacks by wiretapping illegally with a big dragnet. People don't buy that, And this lady just kind of hit the nail on the head with what she was saying. And again, I'll post a link up above. But again, you're even seeing it from a big movement from the left. People who voted for him really disgruntled, saying, okay, well, things are just not, we can't ignore it anymore. We can only apologize for, Obama because of what George Bush did for so long. Both men deserve to be in jail at minimum, and the fact that Obama is pretty much untouchable. The amount of things he should be impeached for, he's untouchable. So this is, again, it's a dictatorship. It's going to lead into something really, really, really bad. Now, will he make it the next 4 years? I don't think so. Yeah, well, anything can happen, but I don't know. The disgruntledness is getting there. It's, so much misery caused by one man, Now, in all fairness, you cannot sit there and say it's all one man. It's his party, but it's his willingness to do nothing about the things that are making people miserable. Let's put it to you this way: they're cutting schools in the States, bridges and factories are blowing up and collapsing and stuff because of safety regulations are laxed and infrastructure is crumbling. The employment rate is just almost something like 46% of people are on something like food stamps or some sort of government handout, and yet they still have enough money. They have to cut this. They have to cut, old age pension. They're going to be raising student loan rates. They're doubling them in about a week or so from what I heard from this time. Now, whether that happens or not, we'll see. But that's what I heard, and it came from a pretty official source. So, but we'll see. And So, oh no, but there's no hyperinflation. The debt ceiling is going to go up again, I'm sure. This man is just not taking any responsibility. He can't make a tough decision. But he can make it look like he's killing a lot of people for the greater good. That's about all he's doing. And then, of course, the border issue. Well, that one, even as a Canadian, if you look at Canada and the States, we pretty much don't have a border. We have a couple of border crossings, but we pretty much have an open border. Mexico is different, but Canada is not in the state of Mexico, you know what I mean? And the States is not, it's going to be a problem for Canada here is when the Americans, finally, really do collapse. A lot of people are going to be heading here, and they'll overwhelm our systems. So the only thing we can do is say, okay, well, if you come here illegally, you can't have the schooling, you can't have this, you can't. Yeah, if you can't prove that you're a citizen, you can't have it. And that's how you keep the illegals from coming. And if you catch people working in businesses that are illegal, you deport them and you fine whoever. It's not that you don't want these people there. It's that you don't want that many of them that soon, that fast to overwhelm your system, because that's what will happen. It doesn't matter where they come from. You have to, the UK is really dealing with that with their kind of open world medical system that they have. It's completely swamped. Of course, if you give free medical care to anybody that can step a foot on your shore, of course they're going to take advantage of that. But it doesn't benefit it. It just dilutes the quality so much. So these are the things that Obama's doing. He's just diluting the quality of life so much in the States, but yet they're staging, big military shows of force in Jordan. Meanwhile, they're ripping apart, armored vehicles in Iraq, because what they did is they left a bunch of vehicles, light vehicles, for the Iraqi military that they've retrained. The ones that keep, blue on green forces that, every now and then snap and just start killing the guys that train them. Yeah. again, history coming back, the Mujahideen, I mean, they were shooting back at the Americans, even after all that support and weaponry that was given to them to fight the Russians. They ended up using it in a Desert Storm. It wasn't just the Taliban, you know what I mean? And the armed guard. Or, like all that stuff comes full circle. Sorry, I meant Afghanistan. So the Mujahideen were in Afghanistan. When they went to Afghanistan for the first time, I forget what the first operation was, but that's what was shooting at, it was Stinger missiles shooting at, American airplanes and Allied airplanes. So where did they get these? Well, this is what happens when you do these, regime changes. And that's all Obama cares about is regime change. And, and again, it's not just one man. It's his, if it's, maybe this guy is a saint in his ideology. It's just he has no control over his, he just can't say no to people that he needs to say no to, or he can't control his government, or he's just a puppet. He's spineless, Okay, fair enough. But being a coward in that position, well, there's no sympathy for you. If you can't stand up to say, no, we're not doing this, and I speak out against this. So even if the rest of them go against me, that's okay. You stand with your principles. People will admire you for that. But I don't really think he's not in on it. I don't think that at all. I think this man enjoys what he does. So that's even worse. And again, nobody will stand for that for very long. Most dictators fall by their own hand, you know what I mean? Emperor Nero. There you go. Lyndon LaRouche is right on that. But anyway, yeah, so the billions of dollars, they probably spent about $1 billion doing these exercises in Jordan the other day near the Syrian border, shows of force. But yet again, all the people suffering back home. So is that foreign policy, And again, when a regime change happens in Syria, and this lady makes a perfect point, in Ireland, that, okay, so what happens after? Of course there's going to be no more peace there. You've given weapons to all these different factions who are then going to fight themselves for power. Never saw that coming. And then, we've got to intervene again? No, there will only be a peaceful resolve in Syria and most of these other countries. Adding more military equipment to a war is just going to escalate the war, you need to starve off the supplies, not the other way around. And as far as Russia's in on this, well, of course, they're taking care of their own interests. They have a lot of interests in there. But anyway, Obama's he's got us on the brink of World War III, and I think a lot of people are waking up to that. And this lady, again, and all these left-wing people that voted for him, that can really voice a voice, are starting to stop apologizing for him. There's still those Obama apologists. Yes, but George Bush is nothing in comparison. Like, Obama out George Bush is by a factor of 10, so on that, anyway, all I got to say is thank you, lady, for having the courage to stand up and call, an arse and arse. So anyway, rate, subscribe, post to your Facebook, tell me what you guys think. Hi and welcome. Well, another rainy day, so I figure I'll be in the cold storage. Good. Okay. One thing I love about being part Irish, I'm native Irish French, I guess is my main breakdown, I guess, of who I am. But I'm Canadian first, but being part of the Irish culture, and some of my aunts and uncles who are, very Irish, so to speak, they're a different breed of people. They really are. And one thing I love about the Irish, kind of being part Irish, is the ability to call an arse an arse. They too tend to be brutally honest. That's a part of being Irish, I think. If something's not right, you're gonna, I wouldn't say the Irish people wear their heart on their sleeves, but they don't put up with much, And it was really refreshing to see this lady in Irish Parliament. This gets as official as it can get, and you never see this kind of people speaking in a public setting that's a politician or whatever to this level. Basically, I guess because Obama was in Ireland for the past week or something like that, from the making of this video, she was going on about, the drone strikes. She was, basically calling him a hypocrite and a war criminal, because of the drone strikes, and she made so many valid points. I mean, this lady had a set of balls, you know what I'm saying? And, so here we are, being all, oh, wow, how great it is to have them here. And here he is speaking to the children, telling them that, if you got, your pathway to peace will be behind you and stuff like that. But yet then he goes and drone strikes people. Again, how this man